I remember the first time my boss, who was a very famous guy, Eckert, who built the UNIVAC, and he put me in a job that I thought was a mile over my head, but he encouraged me that I could do it, and then I did it. And so what happened next? Well, he expected me now to do a more complex job. And little by little, in a certain sense, you get trapped positively in your own success because people begin to expect that you will and can do these things.
Bernie is a tremendous individual. From the very early days of his first company, Gordon Engineering, he saw the need to enhance the education of engineers straight out of college.
So I'd known about the program since I attended Northeastern University, and Raytheon sends many students every year. It really seemed like a natural fit for me. I've always kind of had a knack for leadership and a knack for business, but I've always been very good at math and science and having that engineering drive.
I've always seen myself hopefully being an engineering leader, and I really thought that that was unique to actively develop that side of myself within this program.
Bernie recognized that there's a lot of engineers out there who are very smart, but just coming up with great ideas in the world of engineering doesn't necessarily create success.
For every product that exists, there's 5 that failed. There's no question as to the need for this skill set that this program addresses.
We need people who want to start new companies. We need people who want to make the Raytheon companies better. We need people who want to make the commercial companies better, who have ideas for new products, but also know how to make those products real.
So Bernie identified very clearly that Northeastern, with 100 years of linkage to industry, with co-op education, that Northeastern was really a fantastic base to build a leadership program.
The concept that is embodied in the leadership program is a perfect match for Northeastern's whole approach to education. The best way to learn leadership is to not sitting in the classroom having somebody lecture you, but to experience.
Northeastern University has the longest history of practicality. I think that's a very important factor in being a center of trying to develop and inculcate leadership skills in people who would become product engineers.
I was originally an electrical engineer right out of Northeastern University, and I started here as a co-op. I've been through the Gordon Engineering Leadership Program, and I'm pleased to say I'm now a project engineer in some of our R&D work in our advanced weapons segment.
We transform them from their entry point to people that are equivalent to people that have led projects for some years in industry. So we're accelerating their career, we're accelerating their potential.
They do projects, they have to do presentations, they have to convince people in management that their ideas are good and that the products they're thinking of are of value to our customers.
These are things that I like to say would take 5 to 10 years to learn in industry. I'm being taught them now, and I'm aware of them now. I walk in every day to work, and I'm aware of what I just learned in class last week.
Being in this program will definitely set me kind of on a different path, and hopefully I can move up the ladder a little bit more quickly than I would have otherwise, and definitely make a difference in the engineering field.
Coming out of the program, I think I am now a couple years ahead of someone who would go through a traditional path. The opportunities really open up for when you can prove yourself because you're given the opportunity for these challenge projects early on.
What they're trying to do is challenge you this far outside of your known realm and to see how you do. And then go back and give you critiques and then do it to you again.
Coming out of the program, I found myself accepting a lot of projects where I knew nothing about them, with just the courage to be able to accept that I would be able to learn it and build on what I needed to in order to get the product or the service through.
This program has had tremendous impact on Northeastern. It's going to impact students today and students well into the future.
By seeding the alums out there, we can make industry more successful, and as we make industry more successful, we can help the country and we can help employment.
Sometime, 20 years, 30 years from today, when we look at some of the ideas that have in fact made a difference in society, I think you're going to find Bernie's fingerprints on them.
He says, I've made my living proving physicists wrong. I'm proud to be one of those physicists that Bernie did prove wrong.
Those who have the ability, those who have the psychological makeup, if they understand, if they get to understand what it is to be a successful leader, what burden there is on you, what forces you will bring to bear on the other people, you will become much more valuable for yourself and to society. And I think that's the main message.
The purpose of research is to transform the world, to get new products. And this is what Bernie did all his life, and this is what his investment with us is all about. He chose Northeastern because he keeps telling me Northeastern is real. Northeastern is in touch with reality. Bernie, thank you for your investment in us. Thank you for transforming us, and thank you for transforming the world.